in pockets with much cheddar. But we can't even keep up. We can mask it more. We can afford to pay for it to go away. Oh, but we want poor people to be upright and upstanding. We want them to be flawless in the embodiment of the ideas that we have so tragically failed to embody. So Martin Luther King Jr. said we got to destroy poverty. He said, look, when I supported civil rights and when I wanted the Civil Rights Bill and the Voting Rights Act, that didn't cost the nation anything. He said, but now as we challenge America to live up to its great creeds, we will discover that America no longer will be willing to give so easily because it will cost America something. That's why you see all this stuff going on with poor people out here. We just beating up on them. Why didn't they leave New Orleans? My God, they were ignorant. They stayed. They weren't stupid. They weren't stubborn. They were stuck. They didn't have no black card. Or a green card. Or a yellow card. Or a gold card. They had no plastic except the garbage can and the plastic that held the baggies. They had no cash rolled up. They didn't have resources that allowed them to move. At the announcement of oncoming tragedy, so many of them, 100,000 indeed or more, were without cars. They couldn't fill up their tanks because they didn't have that kind of capital. Didn't even have those kind of cars. Many of them were elderly. They've been poor for a long time. And even though America gave millions and millions of dollars, we still fail to understand that Dr. King said charity is no substitute for justice. All right. Yeah. As soon as you get tired of giving, you just gonna give up. But the folk who are in need still need to be helped. That's why right now, down in New Orleans, we done messed up and still messing up and ain't even fessing up about the mess up. Our beloved president is on his way out, George Bush, and where were y'all on the next tonight? Where were y'all? On his way out, seems like a very decent and good man, but I think sometimes he just don't get it. He on the exit interview. He ain't done much wrong. Dog, where you been for the last 8 years? We had some messed up things going on out here. And Hurricane Katrina was one. People up east, people further north from the south began to say, what's wrong with them? And then, you know how God be doing it. You can't hear me when I'm speaking in the language of poverty to Katrina. Maybe you can hear this economic tsunami on Wall Street. Can you hear me now? Same folk who were tough and brutal on the poor asking for bailouts. I ain't mad, but dadgummit, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Yeah. We got major corporations asking, or as the brothers and sisters might say, asking for a handout. They want a bailout. That's all poor folk want. Bail me out of this misery right now where I am. Now major corporations, major capitalized funds being underwritten by your tax dollars. And I'm from Detroit. I hope they get the money they need because thousands of jobs are at stake and good, hard-working, decent people will lose their jobs. But that is the same truth that we must recognize when it comes to poor people. Now, Madoff done made off with the cat. Fannie Mae, Sally Mack, what about Jimmy Mack? When are you coming? Now, y'all don't know nothing about that. All you youngsters, y'all on some Superman that, you know, y'all. Not only that, as I end, Dr. King was concerned about young people. A lot of people beat up on young people. Young people made a significant difference in this last election. All the folk beating up on them, saying they ain't worth the time, y'all can make a difference. Yes, you can. And you did make a difference. I was out there fighting for my candidate when black folk wasn't even with him. That's why it be tripping me out now. If you say any critical word, they just having a hissy fit. Slow down. Don't get it twisted. Don't have amnesia already. Most Negroes were not with Barack Obama when he started. I ain't mad because you didn't know who he was. You was dancing with the one that brung you. That's what they said in Tennessee. They might say it in Georgia too. Dance with the one that brung you. And Clintons had hooked up a whole bunch of bloods. So some people chose Hillary Clinton for good reason. Brilliant, articulate, sharp, smart, soulful. Despite the images in the media, she was a perfect pick in many ways. But this skinny young brother who didn't have much of a chance, even his own elders told him, wait your turn. You ain't God. You don't know what turn I got. You don't know if I'm going to be here to get my turn when they come my turn. What about somebody that told Dr. King, wait your turn? Oh, they did. The leaders of the NAACP especially were outraged by King because he went to the streets and not into the suites and the courtrooms. They said, how barbaric is that to be on the street protesting and begging for your rights and demanding them? That is truculent and that is reprehensible. King saw it as redemptive and necessary. He believed in direct action in defense of vulnerable human beings of whatever color, stripe, or ethnicity. And so, if Barack Obama had waited, he might have missed the grand opportunity. He would have missed the grand opportunity. He kept on doing his thing. Black folk kept on supporting Hillary. He even had black congressmen in certain southern states. I ain't mad, because I'm glad for that kind of laws. But the Lord gave them a new revelation. I have changed my mind. Yes, Jesus was speaking with those votes. And also what happened is that the brother won Iowa. Black folks said, it ain't but 4 Negroes in Iowa. Slow down. White folk had to vote for that brother. White folks is voting for that brother. They start calling each other up. They start saying, let's listen to Barack Obama. Boy, kind of interesting, ain't he? He kept on going smooth because he's cool like that. He ain't got riled up. He don't get too high or too low. He just right in the middle. As the Greek ideal and norm was. And so he kept on marching, and black folk kept on joining because they saw something, because he had to earn their vote. He couldn't assume he got it because he was black. Black folk ain't gonna vote for you just because you black. Clarence Thomas, when he gonna get 4 votes.